Chameleons are lizards that can disguise themselves as their environment by changing their color. Reptiles, detachment, scaly. They are representatives of the chameleon family. The word chameleon is translated from German as earth and lion. Chameleon, what it looks like, description, structure, characteristics. These lizards are very interesting creatures. Their torso is completely covered with bumpy skin with small growths, thick areas. Some individuals have sharp horns, helmets, small pearl deposits near their eyes on their muzzles. Chameleons prefer to climb trees. In the process of evolution, they had 2 and 3 toes on each foot. The fingers grow together in 2 opposite groups. In each group there are 2 toes on the front paws and 3 on the hind ones, they look like claws. There is 1 sharp claw at the tips of each finger, thanks to which the lizards can easily climb, clinging to the bark. In addition to the legs, there is a tail, which chameleons also use in the process of climbing the trunk. The massive original and funny characteristics of the lizards attracts people. Everyone wants to have such an extraordinary animal. In southern Spain, it is customary to purchase chameleons to catch flies and other insects in apartments. Initially, the animals show their absurd character, they can bite the nursing ones. They gradually get used to it. However, it is worth remembering that a reptile will not flatter like a cat. You should stay away from sharp claws. However, by making friends, you will get a reliable and silent companion. Description. Almost everyone knows about this unique representative of wildlife, since chameleons can change color depending on the nature of the environment. Such opportunities are associated with the structural features of the skin. Its outer layer is characterized by the presence of unique cells with dark brown, black, yellow and red pigments. Interesting to know. Green tints in chameleon coloration appear as a result of refraction of light rays when they touch the surface of the skin and are reflected from the guanine crystals. As a result of the redistribution and replacement of pigment crystals, the color of the skin changes. When crystals of both layers are combined, very different shades of skin colors appear. Some varieties of such reptiles grow up to 30 centimeters in length, while there are species whose body length reaches half a meter, or even more. There are species, the sizes of which are from 3 to 5 centimeters. The head of the reptile resembles a helmet, while the occipital region is somewhat raised. Such representatives of this family are characterized by the presence of ridges of various sizes, mounds, as well as sharp, elongated horns. As a rule, such formations on the body are more characteristic of males, and in females they are in an embryonic position. The limbs of chameleons are comparatively long and perfectly adapted for life in trees. The animal's fingers are spliced in 2 and 3 pieces, and they are directed inward, which creates the appearance of a kind of pincers. Such claws reliably grip tree branches. The tail is quite thick at the very base, but noticeably tapers towards the end. Basically, it hangs down and is twisted in a spiral. It also helps the animal to stay on tree branches as it can twine around the branches. Unfortunately, the chameleon's lost tail is not restored, like some other members of this family. Chameleons have unique eye structures. The eyelids of this animal are spliced and constantly cover the eyes, but there are holes for the pupils. Both eyes can rotate in either direction, independently of each other. An interesting moment. In the normal position, the tongue is held in the lower jaw area by a special bone. If the prey is relatively large, then the chameleon grabs it with his mouth. While waiting for its prey, a chameleon can't sit motionless on a branch for a long time. If an insect appears close, then the animal shoots at it with a tongue equipped with a suction cup. The chameleon has both the middle and the outer ear, while it picks up sound waves ranging from 250 to 650 Hz. Lifestyle and behavior. Chameleons spend almost their entire life on the branches of dense bushes, as well as on tree branches. On the ground, although they are extremely rare. This is mainly typical for the mating season, or in the process of hunting, when tasty prey appeared on the ground. Chameleons do not feel as comfortable on the ground as they do on vegetation. Regardless of where the chameleon is, its movements are by no means quick. They lead a sedentary lifestyle and prefer to sit more in a motionless position, looking out for their potential prey. An important point. Most of the species prefer to live in the crowns of trees, but there are species that are adapted to life in the harsh conditions of the desert, dig holes or hide under fallen leaves. Despite their inactivity, in case of real danger, chameleons move relatively quickly and also jump from branch to branch. The animal shows its main activity in the daytime, and with the onset of darkness it goes to rest. When a chameleon sleeps, it is not able to change its body color, so it can easily become prey for other predators. How long do chameleons live? Living in wildlife, the average lifespan of chameleons is about 4 years. Despite this fact, long livers are also found among this family. If we take giant chameleons, then they live in nature for about 15 years, while some members of the family live no more than 6 months. Distinguishing a male from a female chameleon is not so difficult, which indicates a pronounced dimorphism. The identification process should be carried out when the animal has adopted the protective color. Tarcal processes are located near the legs of the animal, in the form of spurs. And they need to be examined. Interesting to know. After a couple of weeks, you can determine the sex of the animal, paying attention to the color, as well as to the base of the tail, where there is a noticeable thickening, but only after a couple of months. On the back of the paws in males, small growths can be seen. If there are no characteristic growths, then this is a female. In addition, males are distinguished by a brighter body color, as well as its larger size. An important point. Chameleons change their body color, not only for the purpose of disguise, but also for the purpose of threat, in order to scare away their natural enemies. A rapid change in color may indicate a breeding process. What chameleons eat. Almost all chameleon species known today, from the largest to the smallest, are typical predators, although some of the species are capable of feeding on leaves or other parts of plants. Food components of plant origin can also be represented by fruits and berries. The basis of the food supply for almost all types of chameleons is represented by various insects, including their larvae. Therefore, chameleons eat any non-poisonous insects such as spiders, beetles, flies, butterflies, dragonflies, etc. Oddly enough, but chameleons can distinguish between non-poisonous insects and poisonous ones after birth, so there was no case when a chameleon swallowed a bee or wasp, even by accident, and also if you really want to eat. The largest species prefer to feed on larger representatives of the animal world, therefore, lizards, small relatives, rodents, and also small birds are present in their diet. In other words, chameleons feed on almost anything that crawls or flies, as long as their size is within optimal range, and if they can be caught with a long tongue and then swallowed. The diet of the Yemeni chameleon also includes plant foods. When chameleons are kept in captivity, it is permissible to feed them grapes, cherry, mandarins, oranges, kiwi, persimmon, bananas, apples, salad of various origins, dandelion, leaves, various soft vegetables. Plant foods provide food for many species. This is mainly due to the replenishment of the body with moisture, as well as vitamins. It's important to know. At first glance, chameleons are malnourished because they look less well fed. In fact, chameleons are not naturally voracious creatures and are used to eating very little. Interesting fact. Immediately after birth, the cubs begin to fight for their own lives, without the participation of their parents. Therefore, they either survive or become prey for various predators. Chameleons have a sufficient number of natural enemies in the form of large snakes, carnivorous mammals and birds of prey. The chameleon doesn't have many options for protection. They can only defend themselves by puffing up, changing their color and emitting a loud hiss. Conclusion. In our time, it has become fashionable to keep exotic species of animals as pets at home. Therefore, some lovers of such animals also have a chameleon in their apartment, in addition to cats and dogs. Naturally, there are many such lovers around the world, which means that animals are removed from the natural environment and in considerable quantities, which negatively affects the population of chameleons, which are becoming less and less every year. Chameleons, along with other natural inhabitants, can be found in any zoo in the world. This animal is of particular interest to the scientific world, since no animal is capable of changing color, adjusting to the surrounding conditions. Price. The cost of a chameleon is an important factor in deciding to get one. Not just the monetary cost of a chameleon from the pet store or breeder, but also the cost for feeding and housing it, and the investment of your time and effort. How much does a chameleon cost in a pet store or from a breeder? That depends on the species of chameleon and the country you are in. It also depends on the age of the chameleon. Very young ones less 3 months are usually cheaper than 5-8-month-old chameleons. A pet veiled chameleon would cost between $30 and $100 US.